Hello and welcome to San Diego Sports Junkies, a show for fans by the fans. My name is Josh Taylor and it's time to dive right into the action. First and foremost, thank you guys all for listening in. It's been a long time. Justin and I have been off for a little while doing some things, starting up our own website, SanDiegoSportsJunkies.net. So check that out. You can also check us out on Facebook at San Diego Sports Junkies /Facebook. So check us out. Love to hear your insight. As far as the Chargers go, they're facing off against the Arizona Cardinals this weekend in the third preseason game. Obviously, the first two preseason games haven't been much to write home to mom about. There's been some bright spots here, such as Fozzie Whitaker. Ryan Matthews has looked good behind the line. DJ Fluker's been pushing the pile on the run pass. Dwight Freeney blowing up the offensive line, getting to the quarterback. So there's definitely been some bright spots. Obviously, we want to see the offense out there a little bit longer and put some points on the board. Things to look forward to in the Arizona Cardinals game coming up. Ken Wisenhunt is going to be returning back to Arizona. He coached Arizona over the last few years. Actually put some really solid offensive numbers up. Obviously helps having Larry Fitzgerald in the mix, but I think he, along with Mike McCoy, can put some solid things together, and hopefully, we'll be able to see that this week in Arizona. Starters, hopefully we'll see them play into the third quarter. Does Mike McCoy only want them to play a half? That's yet to be seen. We haven't heard anything on our airwaves, but hope to see him go into the third quarter. Like to see him, dominate the first half, come out, if anything, have to make any halftime adjustments, come out in the third quarter, and show us what they can do coming out of half. We'll touch on that a little bit in the future of this show. Some players to watch. Danny Woodhead, first start of the offseason. He's been out with some minor injuries. I think it's more precautionary than anything, just like Manti Te'o. They just don't want to get anybody injured. They want to make sure the team is healthy going into week one. But it's kind of excited to see Danny Woodhead. We picked him up from New England, and he was a very good producer, third down guy, very consistent behind the line of scrimmage. So, they're saying he could be a Sproles-esque type player, which, we've been sorely missing since Sproles left to New Orleans. As far as DJ Fluker goes in his pass protection, DJ Fluker, that's been the one knock. He's a great run blocker, and as you've seen in the last couple preseason games, man, he's just running guys over, opening up huge holes. But pass blocking is things he needs to work on, and they will work with him. He will improve. I think DJ Fluker is going to be a staple in this offensive line for years to come. And he is a behemoth of a man. I'm excited to see him in the regular season. Ryan Matthews. Ryan Matthews has played really well, to be honest. He has played really well through the first two games. He's driving the ball upfield. He's not fumbling. He appears to not have any setbacks as far as both of his injuries sustained last year with the collarbones. Saw him on a fourth and short play dive over the pile. I know everybody cringed because he rolled over on that shoulder, but so far so good with Ryan Matthews. Is this his year? Is a question that had been brought to my attention. And you know what? It very well could be. I think it has to be his year. Ryan Matthews, he's had a big shoes to fill, following up behind LaDainian Tomlinson. And, injuries have set him back. He has a lot of tools. I think he can be the running back that the Chargers need. But I think ultimately he needs that offensive line in front of him to really open up the holes for him. I don't think he's a bruiser back. He's not going to be somebody that's going to blow up the line. But he will do the tough yards, and I think if he can get in an open field, he can make people miss and make big plays. So I think, yes, this is his year. I'm really excited, honestly, to see the potential of Vincent Brown. If you guys remember last year, Vincent Brown was the wide receiver coming out of the preseason. They expected him to be a 1 or 2 in the wide receiver core, and has a great route running. He is a got great hands. They say the best hands on our team, and that's, big kudos because you got a man named Antonio Gates who's put a Hall of Fame career together here, and that guy catches everything. But I'm really excited to see Vincent Brown full-time, see what he can do. He's got big play potential. He is a great runner, so I'm really excited to see what comes out of Vincent Brown. Guys, I want to show this little clip. This is Phillip Rivers coming out in the second half. This is his opinion of coming out of the second half and what it means to him.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to it. I think more than anything, it's more just a feel. You're cold and come back and get started. I mean, it's nothing. I mean, it's something we've done all our life, but I don't know. I mean, the thing about halftime adjustments, there are some you make, but there's 12 minutes. It goes pretty fast. You're making adjustments in between series. It's not like in halftime you get to go reconstruct a new game plan. It's not like the college halftime where it's a little longer. I mean, it's a quick turnaround. So I don't know if that's as more of it as just coming back out cold after halftime, where you get the ball after the half and you want to put a good drive together. That's always a big series, the first drive after starting the second half. So I think it's more so that than it is hearing how adjustments are going to be made. I mean, I think that's pretty standard around the league as far as how that operates.
So, Phillip Rivers, whether he comes out in the second half or not, basically, obviously he wants to come out in the second half. He's a competitor. However, it's totally up to Mike McCoy and his system. Obviously injuries are going to play a big factor in his decision. If somebody gets hurt in the first couple series or the first half, he may decide to keep the starters off, with the regular season coming around the corner. Couple of the things I want to talk San Diego sports. San Diego Padres have struggled of late. Obviously, had a great run just before the All-Star break and really showed their potential. But just like the Chargers, a lot of injuries. Starting pitching, a ton of injuries there. We've picked up recently Kennedy, and if you guys haven't seen him recently, Kennedy, who we got from Arizona, has really dominated for us. He has got 2 wins in his 3 decisions. And just a few years ago, this guy was 21-4. So I'm really excited to see him going forward. The Padres in general, I think right now it's just more so the fact that they're going to see what their young guys can do. There has been a move, and that's the fact that Chase Headley is put on a waiver wire. What does that mean? Could mean nothing. Could mean the Padres are looking for, see what his value is. If somebody offers them a ridiculous deal, similar to the one with Latos, where we get 4 really key players for Chase Headley, they may pull the trigger. There's a lot of teams right now that are seriously in contention for a playoff spot, and Chase Headley defensively definitely can help. And he does have the offensive potential, even though it was one breakout year last year. He does have that potential to carry the load. So we'll see there. I want to touch a little bit on our Eastlake boys. If you guys haven't been paying attention, Eastlake has gone to the Little League World Series, and with one more win, they will be moving on to the Little League World Series against whomever Asian counterpart. Very exciting. This is, I think, the second year in the last 5 that somebody from the Eastlake Chula Vista area has reached the Little League World Series. So very, very exciting stuff. Guys, I want to thank you for tuning in to San Diego Sports Junkies. It's been a while. Obviously, we've got some things we got to work out, but we're going to start providing you guys some, up-to-date news. This is a show for fans, by the fans. This is Josh Taylor signing out.